I'm trying to figure out, hi, first of all, hi. I'm trying to figure out what is going on for a person when you say, hey, where are you from? And they go all over. And I understand some people do move a lot as kids and as young people. I totally get that. That makes perfect sense to me. But I'm sort of like shorthand, think fast, where are you from? Like, where are you from? It could be you lived in North Carolina and then you moved to Massachusetts when you were older. I don't know, but, where are you from? But people seem to dodge that question. Not always, but every once in a while, people dodge that question. And this isn't about like xenophobia. We might cut that out. I don't know. I'm just in case you're thinking that. I just mean it's just interesting. You guys know those people where you go, where are you from? And they go all over. And I'm like, yeah, but like, just say a place. Where'd you go to high school? Or maybe I should change the question. Maybe I'm the problem. It's me. I should say, where did you go to high school? But don't tell me the school because I don't know high schools offhand. But like, what city was your high school in? That's what I'll do. But I am really curious about the people and their whole, I'm from all over. And I'm like, why are you making me probe you like this? Maybe you're like, bitch, stop asking questions. Say that to me instead. But I'm from all over. I'm like, I guess I'll ask a follow-up. Where'd you go to high school? What city? I'll start with that next time. Anyway, just thinking about these interactions I have with people. And I'm like, hey, just say a place. But also do what you want, and I'll change my question, and I'll see how it works, and I'll report back, people. So happy you're listening to this episode. So happy you're here. I cannot wait to be speaking with Tituss Burgess in just a little bit. I bet it's going to be good. I'm excited. So watch this as I do that. We need to do an introduction.
Okay, baby.
I want to address something first.
Please.
That you might be wondering. You even acknowledged it initially about my beat.
You look great.
Thank you so much. It's a beat. It's a beat down.
Are you not normally this beat?
I've been assaulted. No. I'm going to an event later tonight.
Okay.
And I didn't want to have to sit and glam.
So you backstarted.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I'm actually made up for an event, but also for you.
Oh, no, come on.
I wasn't coming on here, no makeup on with Tituss.
Listen, you look beautiful either way.
Thank you so much.
The degrees of beat don't matter.
It's
the inner that comes out.
Sometimes you could get, from my face, you get beat in such a fashion that it becomes a problem. Like, and not in a, like
coffin ready beat?
Yeah,
right.
like, put her 6 feet under because it's doing too much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to acknowledge because it's giving contour, it's giving smoky.
It's giving everything, baby. You look great. And also, I'm not crying. I'm just, my allergies are like really doing a number.
Because I was going to ask.
It's like, for the past week, like I walk outside and it's just like, I can't stop the tears. So,
okay.
Allegra, Claritin, and those are laughing at me like,
and now I can't, Zyrtec is one of our sponsors. And so now we can't. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I take a Zyrtec every day.
Does that work?
It's hard to say. I even got allergy shots at one point. So this little segment is for the allergy community.
Perfect.
I take Zyrtec every day. I do Flonase every day, and I got allergy shots. But they were I thought they worked, and then
is it because we live in such an unsanitary environment?
Potentially, yes. I think there's a lot of debris to irritate our interiors. Does that sound like an official doctor?
Yeah.
Debris to irritate our interiors. Thank you so much. All right, you'll go to talk to the nurse and then come back. I need to do an intro for you.
All right, sister.
All right. My next guest is a 6-time Emmy-nominated actor and singer. You've seen him recently as Mary Todd Lincoln in the Tony Award-winning play Oh Mary, Songs for a New World, and The Cat in the Hat, out in November 2026.
Yes.
That's coming out soon. Tituss Burgess.
Should I correct you now? It didn't win the Tony.
Okay. So
it was
nominated.
Pulitzer Prize nominated. Just put that. It was nominated though.
Okay. Whoever wrote this. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Me going, okay. Whoever wrote it.
The show that Felicia Rashad.
Someone's got to be fired. Someone's
getting fired.
Someone's losing a job. Okay, no, we're not rejoicing in people's pain. Somebody wrote this, though.
It's okay.
This is a setup, and this is a hit job.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm going to do it again.
Okay, baby.
And they should keep that in because I want people to know this shit is not perfect.
listen, it's all right.
That's the problem with entertainment is we try to make everything look perfect. That is in my opinion, one
and
of the
it
problems.
trickles down into real life.
Yes, and you're like everything's got to look and feel perfect, but
and you don't even realize that you're operating into that governance on autopilot. But that is our day to day, and it is unrealistic.
When did you realize you were operating in that way?
Oh, let's see, perhaps around 40.
Okay.
My body started responding to stimuli differently and to people's influence differently. And I began to have this knee-jerk reaction to being, I call it brutally honest, but I'll just say honest because people take it as brutality because most of the world operates in these strange niceties.
Oh, talk to me about it. And let's talk about the difference between nice and kind. And
right. I don't know what to do with that.
I know. I don't either. So we're family.
Be frank.
Yes.
By all means.
Yes.
I know what to do. I grew up in a family that they were blunt and we just
said what you meant.
We said what we meant. And there was no filter and there was no buffer, no cushion, no softening the blow. And eventually that became comforting.
It's familiarity. It's how you were raised and it's like, this is what I know.
Absolutely.
And so this is now how I operate.
1000%.
And now that I'm in a world outside of this community, it's being received a different way, right?
And even when I got to New York, I thought it was going to be, I thought it would resemble the way I grew up, but I realized how to articulate it, the influence of PC culture had done a number on New York City culture.
It made its way here.
And, I was searching for, the fuck off, You're like,
where's that fuck you?
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
And now what I feel has happened is that PC culture is gone and political culture has influenced our day-to-day culture. And now we have returned to a more frank environment, but it's frank in the name of cruelty and not frank in the name of me being clear about what my intentions are with you. And that is disappointing.
That's tough to navigate, I feel like. And it's interesting that some people conflate that frankness and directness with cruelty just inherently, but it's like, oh no, my intent is to be direct with you and to be efficient and make sure you're understanding what I'm communicating.
Absolutely.
And so that you're not like waffling and unclear about what it is I'm trying to say to you.
Absolutely.
I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just here to communicate clearly.
Because TikTok.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I want most out of life is not to waste time because there's so little of it. And if the closest route is, or if the way to bridge the gap is to be frank, then that's what I'm going to do. And I want you to do it with me because I don't want you to waste time.
Yeah.
You got shit to do.
And I do have shit to do. And it's do an intro.
Gala tonight.
No, we'll go to a gala tonight. But first I need to intro you again.
Okay,
and we have to also see to it that whoever wrote this initially has to be fired tonight. You? Who wrote this? I'm kidding. Okay. My next guest is an Emmy-nominated actor and singer. You've seen him recently as Mary Todd Lincoln in the Tony-nominated play Oh Mary, Songs for a New World, The Cat in the Hat, out November 2026. Tituss Burgess.
Hey, thank you.
How did we do, baby?
We're doing so good.
Fact checked.
So good.
And we're good. Okay. So now you grew up in Georgia.
That's correct.
Right? So people were being frank in Georgia. That is interesting to me because I equate like the Southern hospitality with a little bit of the niceties.
That is more of a white people thing.
Okay.
Black people didn't have time for that. And I'm not talking like I grew up in the civil rights era because I didn't. But I grew up in the sticks in a town called Lexington, Georgia. And all of the diggings, people will see Athens, Georgia, and that's where I went to school. And my parents are still there and all that stuff. But I grew up on a farm. We raised chickens, hogs.
Lambs, chickens, hogs.
Yeah.
We got lambs, chickens,
time
hogs.
For that too,
Yeah.
And I love farm life. My mom and I lived with my grandparents, her mom and dad. And it's funny stories. My mother, I thought she was my sister because from birth to about 7 years old, I heard her call my grandmother Mom.
Okay. Yeah.
So I called Grandma. mom.
Oh.
And so when my mom, I'll never forget this I was 6 years old. I forget what I had done. I'm an only child.
Okay.
And also a Pisces, if we can get into that
Oh,
later.
I'm a Pisces too.
Oh!
Pisces
Feelings
gang.
everywhere,
Crying
in
all the
every
time,
direction.
pretending not to cry and saying it's allergies, but it's actually tears. He's emotional today.
No, okay,
That's Pisces shit
That is
right
so
there.
funny.
It's my allergies.
But we can't not be.
I feel everything deeply.
Yeah, and you have to report on it. do you
Yes,
not?
yes.
Like, I'm like, if I don't get this out the way.
Oh yeah, my sister's like, you're so verbose. You need to talk things out and talk it through.
Well, yeah,
and
don't you?
And she's like, no, I process internally. She goes, you're an external processor. I'm an internal processor. And I'm like, you should be an external processor like me.
It gets things out. Like,
I think so.
I don't know how else to be.
Right.
I even tell people that I date, which, okay. I also talk, well, you
I
understand.
know, because we talk the same way. This is going to be a chaotic episode. We did the intro 5 minutes into the conversation. So blame it on astrology today.
Right.
So wait, this thing happened. I'll remember the dating. But 6 years old, a thing happened when you were 6. Pisces,
And my mom,
only child.
Yep, my mom tried to reprimand me, and she was giving me a little spanking. And I said, I'm going to tell my mama. And she, ooh, why did I do that? She looked at me and she said, what? And I said, I'm going to tell my mama. And she goes, I am your mama. And then she just took a beat, and I could see the whole scene. I could see her recalibrate in real time. And I swear to God, I go, the next week, my mom had an apartment in Athens, Georgia, and we had moved out.
Oh my goodness, because she knew he doesn't understand
He
the
doesn't
dynamic.
understand the
Oh,
dynamics.
it's like being like, can I speak to the manager? And the person be like, I am the manager.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Wow. And so she's like, I
was
need to now be presenting my...
devastated. Because I thought I had been ripped away from my parents. And it took about a year and a half or so. Well, you should also know that every summer, since I was an only child, every summer up until I was in high school, old enough to stay at home on my own, I would go and live with my grandparents because my mom worked a 9 to 5, and I couldn't, take care of myself. And she didn't want to pawn me off on her sisters or brothers. She rarely let me spend the night with anyone else. And so I would spend the night with my grandparents. And so I had this relationship with them that is deeper than the other, 40 of my first cousins had. And I'm not joking. I have like 40 first cousins.
40 first cousins. How many siblings did your mom have?
She had 3 sisters and 4 brothers.
Okay. And then are you including cousins on your dad's side also when you said Oh, no.
My dad's...
Dead?
No, he's very much alive.
He's alive but dead to you?
Okay.
It's thanks, Dad. I also want to interrupt this regularly scheduled programming to say, not only are Tituss and I both Pisces, we're both wearing white shirts.
We did.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? It means transparency. It means clarity.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be transparent here. We're going to be frank on this one. And,
my dad.
Okay, tell me.
My biological father.
Okay.
My sperm donor lived about 12 minutes away from my mom and I my entire life.
And
he has another son, who's older than I am.
Okay.
Who was in and out of jail. My dad was not great with money, didn't like to pay child support. I remember this one event where he knocked down, this was in my mom's and I's first apartment.
Okay.
Knocked down the door and started to choke her because she had called him asking about child support. We had just moved. She needed the additional support. And the phone conversation escalated. And then about 10 minutes later, bam, 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 bam. And I just sat there frozen because I didn't quite know what to do. And what was I going to do?
Yeah. You were 7-ish, right?
Yes, that's
okay,
correct.
7. Rip.
My mom and I have never talked about this, and my dad and I have never spoken about this. But I remember.
You remember? And so how did that de-escalate? How did that situation end?
My mom got asking for air.
Okay.
And my dad he's not my father. My stepdad is my dad.
Okay.
My biological father sort of realizing, coming to his senses.
Okay.
That this is enough.
Yeah.
And I was screaming, and I think the terror, in me must have, gotten somewhere inside whatever's left of his paternal instinct to say, oh, this is scary. I should stop. Anyways, this type of frankness has only happened with, I'm going to forget his name.
Mark Maron.
Yes.
What the F? Yes. And now his podcast is done, so maybe this can be, fill the void.
It started before I even realized we were starting.
I know what you said.
We were talking about it.
I do that. Do you think my eye contact is intense?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's not. It is intense, but it feels familiar to me, so it doesn't scare me.
Okay.
I don't know how to talk about the weather.
Me either, though. That's why I have a podcast like this. I do comedy, but I'm like, let's be for real.
And what do you think? What do you make of your? Okay, so your comedy has such an interesting subtextual energy to it, and I love it.
Thank you.
It is fueled with honesty and just a shred of the truth enough that it's funny because it's true, right? And the way you represent the different sects of African American culture, which you are not African American, correct?
I am African American.
Do you consider yourself African American?
I am African American,
but you're
quite
of African descent,
I'm first generation Nigerian.
But
I grew up, born and raised in Baltimore.
Oh, great. Okay,
but I am African American, truly.
Because I know a lot of Africans get real turnt when you.
Some of them do.
What is that about?
I can't speak to their experience,
Very
but
good,
I'm
you're not them.
I'm not. I genuinely am not them. I'm a Black woman. Check, proud of that.
Right.
African American woman. Check, proud of that.
Right.
First generation Nigerian woman. Check, proud of that.
Right.
So I don't relate to the part that. No part of me wants to deny any part of my identity.
Right.
I'm very proud to be all of
So
them.
perhaps maybe that is what they are experiencing when they have such a strong response to being lumped in with.
Yeah, people. Yeah, I don't. I mean,
You are
I'm
who
like,
you are.
there's no lumping. I'm all of these things. I'm all of these things at once, and I just don't resonate with much of the distinction for myself. I'm just sort of like, I'm all of the things.
Right.
When you're like, you're African American, I'm like, literally, yeah, African American, Nigerian American. But I don't feel the need to be like, but I'm this. I'm only this, and I only want to be seen as this. I'm like,
Right.
I'm all these things. Nigerian parents, born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland.
How often do you go back to Nigeria?
I haven't been back to Nigeria since I was 19.
Okay.
So it's been a long time. And I'm, 23
you
now?
have a lot of family
I'm
there?
20. Yeah. I'm not 23, but I do have a lot of family there. Thank you. I was hoping you would say. I do have some of my mom's siblings are there.
Do you talk to them? Do you?
I talk to my aunts and uncles. Yeah. Some of them are in Jersey. Some are in England. My cousin is a famous soccer player for Arsenal.
Really?
My mom's sisters. Is he hot?
Yeah. Is that weird to say?
I can't say that about my cousin. He's a handsome young man,
Yes.
but they're he and his brothers are just upstanding young men that make me really, truly excited and hopeful, if you will, for the future young men. I'm they're just such lovely and wise individuals, and they're younger than I am, and I'm I love talking to them. And
Do you think that's a familial influence that are all y'all are just natural born intuitive thinkers and do-gooders in the world?
I don't know if everyone is, but I think a lot of my siblings, my cousins, I think are. But I'm deeply impressed with these British boys.
Right on.
I genuinely am they just are deeply, deeply impressive to me. But I feel like people quite literally don't give a shit what's going on with me. No?
I don't understand.
No, because it's the Tituss Burgess episode. So I'm I'm not, you know what I mean? But you're doing what I do
don't know
I'm
how to do that.
Well, I'll help you.
Okay,
Because
baby.
I have a couple
I'll let
more
you
questions.
lead.
No. I'm not. We're dancing.
Okay.
We're dancing, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not salsa. There's no leader.
Yeah.
It's
I
something
don't-
else.
So I'll tell you something else. I don't know
Yeah.
if you have this. I have great difficulty being the center of attention.
I do have it.
Okay.
I know that's strange to be and I have a podcast and I'm a performer, but you
And
relate,
people
and they're like, no.
automatically
I get
are
very don't look at me, and then
Don't-
also people perceive it as a different thing, attitude, and I'm it's actually a little
Oh my
angst.
God!
It's a little angst.
One more
This is
time.
angst.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
misconstrue a natural introvert. All right. So while we are external processors, we are natural introverts, and I am a natural born recluse. I don't need a lot of outside stimulation, nor do I want it, nor do I want a lot of attention. Now, the difference is we know how to handle the attention when it.
And I only do sometimes, but yes.
Well,
yes.
but what I mean is when. Don't confuse me being the lead of a show,
Right.
or the having me on my own podcast or anything with my name on it. I'm number one on the call sheet. With me wanting for my walk in life to look like that.
And that's actually a word and a sermon right now that you are. That's true. I do resonate with that. That
Very
is
good.
completely, that feels very accurate to me. So you are not necessarily interested in being center of attention. When people give you compliments, are
I'll
you
take
like,
it because that means they love me. If they didn't pay attention, I'd be fucked.
okay.
But I don't seek it out, and I just don't need it. That is not what fuels me. That's not what I don't like to go to parties. I don't enjoy the red carpet. I don't care to give quick sound, and I hate going on TV shows because I'm not funny.
Are you mad to be here right now?
No, I love being here. All right.
You said you heard it, okay?
No,
by the way.
No, because long form, I know what to do with.
Right. But also, I didn't actually think you hated it. I just was like, it would be, might maybe be funny if you did say, I'm not happy to be here with you.
No, this is different. This is different.
Yeah.
I don't feel the pressure to be on.
Yes, I'm so glad. Yeah. And I want the real Tituss. I relate to so much of what you're saying. I really I feel it. I'm feeling it so much. Now, you said you don't want to go to parties. You don't like doing the red carpet. Red carpet is really intense and people don't talk enough about it. It's not.
Everyone thinks, you get to dress up, and I'm like, look at me. You think I want to put on a fucking suit? No.
Well, also the reason I have a full beat on like to the gods right now is because I'm like, I don't want to sit for this again later. I'm like, one, done, let it be done. And so I have a thing to go to 5 hours from now, and I'm like, do it in a way where I can have it 5 hours from now and not have to sit again. Because I also I don't want to say I hate sitting for glam, but it's like it becomes a whole production to show up to one red carpet for 1 second. And it's like you better nail it, and you better nail that pose, and you better give the right.
It is the output of energy, or rather, the conservation and desire for preservation of energy that is so intrinsically a part of who we are. That participating in something, even just sitting there, is giving energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I got to go do this thing, then I need you to make this as fast as possible. So that I can
because I'm like, I'm using so much energy here. The energy budget. There's never enough. There's never enough hours in the day.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's a song. Someone sent me a song called Energy Budget.
Come on.
And one day, this woman is declaring various things about her energy budget and what she doesn't have time for. It's a song.
I love it.
She's actually just talking, and it's mantras. It feels like.
I love it.
Back. I'll send it to you
Please
so
do.
you
Please
can.
do.
But you don't like going out. You don't like doing that whole thing. Dating. You were going to say something about you being an external processor and how that impacts your dating.
Right. So I think I need to get I think I need to ask my astrologist to do my chart again to tell me what I'm most compatible with, because I was in a 10-year relationship that ended 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. He and I are best friends. He's family. And Pablo taught me so much about myself. Okay. And so I helped Pablo go to school. Mm-hmm. Pablo went to school for psychology. Mm-hmm. Pablo brought me this book called HSP, Highly Sensitive People. Mm-hmm. And that acronym is a bit of an oversimplification of what the actual condition is. Yeah. And it basically, there's a percentage of 20% of the population, and medical experts are divided on whether or not this is a real thing or not. Okay. But there's a percentage of the population that is overstimulated, that processes a lot of information at once and are natural empaths, and to a fault where you can't decipher what energy is yours and what has been deposited or inherited without your conscious, I accept this as my own, or not my own. And one of the things that occurred while we were together was the more I realized what was happening, the more I realized that he and I were not compatible. Oh. And it was almost like Pablo
gave you the book
to leave him.
Oh, wow. He had no idea.
No, of course not.
No. Okay. What did you read in the book that made you be like, I can't be with Pablo anymore?
No, I read the whole book. And it was a slow gestation of, this is who I am. It has less to do with Pablo. Sure. And who I, thanks to him, had realized I always was and am now becoming more of. And that is the ability to fight for myself, speak up for myself, say out loud, I can't be here, and not just roll over and take it because we put other people's feelings and needs before our own. Even to say, Pablo, I can't sleep with you tonight. I mean, have sex. I mean, I have to go be in a bed by myself, because even at rest, that is an exchange of energy when you are in the same space with someone. And it is so important, which is why you want your beat 5 hours before in a way, because sitting in that chair is absorbing the energy of the person who is doing it.
Wait, Tituss, am I an HSP? Do you think?
I think you might be.
Not me discovering I'm an HSP.
Come on, I'll give you the book.
Because also, I don't like sleepovers. I don't like sleepovers at all. I need to wake up in my bed. I don't care if I'm getting home at 7 a.m. Someone be like, just stay here. I'm like, I have to wake up in my bed.
It's not about sanitation in terms of germs.
No.
It's sanitizing. It is wanting not to have to sanitize the energy of a space that you are not.
Wait, why do legitimately I need the book. I need the book. I need the book. And mind you, when you said you have an astrologer, I have been known to say that I don't, I'll shout out that I'm a Pisces all the time, and then I'll be like, I don't really believe in astrology. Fun, hee hee ha. I like to read the horoscopes. If I see a moon omens on Instagram or something, or astrology or CoStar, I'm like, I want to read it. I want to see if this applies. So I'm not like a hard no, but it's like a thing that's like playful for me. But for you, you have an astrologer. When did you start to get into astrology, and what was that journey for you?
Well, I've always read people's horoscopes and such, or whatever, and they always seemed rather accurate. And I would read more than one person's recanting of a particular sign on a particular day.
Okay.
To cross-reference and figure out if any of this has any merit to it. I don't do this often. I do it like once a year, where I get to read my chart or whatever. But I also have a spiritual guide. Her name is Joya.
Okay.
And she, people are like, what is going on with that?
he's a Pisces. He's crying. He's got a spiritual guide and astrologer. Go off.
I need it. And I'm my pastor.
And you have a pastor.
Her name is Dr. Jackie Lewis.
Dr. Jackie Lewis.
At Middle Collegiate Church down in the Lower East Side.
Okay.
I have all of these people because they all offer different things. You know, you have your pediatrician, you have your gynecologist, they're all doctors, but they're all different. Okay. And so,
but if you have a pediatrician, you don't have a gyno, because I'll just say, but you might have your internal medicine physician and your gyno.
Right. And so, the astrologer, she did my chart, and I was just blown away at, the accuracy. And she goes, "Don't tell me anything else about you." And I gave her my middle name.
Okay.
So she couldn't look me up or anything like that.
Can I ask what it is, or is that
Lamont? My mom got Tituss from the Bible.
Okay.
Tituss is like the shortest book in the Bible.
It is. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And Lamont from Sanford and Son. So that tells you a lot about.
Okay.
Did
she go with Tituss because she liked the name, or because she liked that it was the shortest book in the Bible?
I think she liked the name, and then do you believe people grow into a name?
I do, because I grew into Ego.
What is it? What does ego mean?
Ego, literally in Igbo, which is, my name is Igbo, means money. My family is part of a tribe called the Eche people. It's a small tribe, but my name is Igbo.
And that's the currency in the tribe.
It means, Igbo means money. The word Igbo means money.
Okay.
And then my full name is Egobunma, which means money is good.
Okay.
Interesting.
Work.
But not work.
Yeah.
I actually was like, why is this? Why I don't want to have a name that's like celebrating money.
No,
but then my mom would tell me my child is my wealth.
That makes us.
Money is not inherently bad. It's the love of money.
It's the love of money.
And people forget that.
That's true.
Don't they forget that?
Yes.
The love of money.
Come on.
But I'm like, I don't need to celebrate money. Anyway, point is, ego of it all. I dealt with people calling me ego when I was younger and be like, Freud, or Lego my ego. Very much a big marketing campaign happening during my childhood. So I dealt with a lot of Lego my egos.
How did you Wonder Woman bracelet it?
Because I came home and I was like, they're making fun of my name. And my aunt was like, you go out there and you make fun of them right back. And that's what I did. And so, and then there was a period in middle school where people would be like, I went to elementary school with a lot of the same people, went to middle school, then it became a hodgepodge of people from other elementary schools. And people would meet me and be like, oh, Lego my ego. I'd go, no.
Work.
Yeah, and it worked every time.
Yeah, because
I was like, I've heard that before. And I'll say to people, I go, oh my God, I never heard that one time. You grew into your name.
Tituss. Oh, right, my mom. The reason she chose it.
Okay.
Right, so Tituss was an apprentice to the Apostle Paul. Paul left Tituss on the island of Crete to spread the good word. And Tituss means little warrior. And
It means the warrior. The warrior?
I said little, but it means
okay.
warrior.
Okay. You said it like a Baltimore person because they said lol.
Lol,
L-O-R. That's little. But okay. It was the
he's a warrior.
Warrior.
And I have often felt like I was leading the charge on the misunderstood. I even still feel that way. Nothing fills me with rage than, I don't know, I mean today that means to walk around full of rage all the time. But nothing fills me with rage more than people being misunderstood, not seeing and that's that also is so heavily used that it might not carry the weight that it should. But we walk in a world where now people are seeking out to misunderstand people, to prevent the bridging of the gap, as I said when we first sat down, because my desire is to be frank and honest. And so I don't know that my mom did all of that research to choose my name,
right.
But I feel like once I realized that was because I had the same thing. They would call me Tyler. They would call me Tito, Tiger, tight ass, which I grew into that too.
Okay, look at you go. Where's your workout? What's your workout?
I have a trainer, so he does squats and
okay.
So
Of course, barbell back squats.
You know what I mean?
Okay, gotta grow the glutes.
But as a kid, that wasn't fun,
Yeah.
And so, but I grew into it, and I now own it. So that's why.
That's how I feel about ego. When I was 18, I moved across the country from Baltimore to LA for college, and then. My mom at one point was like, if you don't like your name so much, you can start going by your middle name. And then I was like, no, I have earned the badge of ego. I've lived with this. Like during the hardest time to have the name ego, I feel. But the Lego My Ego marketing campaign as a child, I'm like, I earned this. I'm ego now. I will not go to LA and be like, I'm a different name. Which once I got to LA for college, there were so many people in my freshman class that I knew, in the little group that I knew, were going by their middle names. They had like made the switch. People who moved from New York or elsewhere was like,
why do you think people do that? Especially when you go to a place where no one already knows you.
Yeah.
Is it just so you can walk in with a different identity?
I think that's so. I think it is to walk in with a different identity. But it's interesting because by the time I was that age and had made the choice to move across the country, I feel like the person who made the move to move across the country and made that bold move was ego. So to go and show up and be like, and now my name is my middle name, would feel crazy to me.
Why didn't you say your middle name?
Because I'm like, people are gonna ask, and I love my name. It's Kelechi. It's what my mom wanted to name me.
Beautiful.
My dad picked my name. I interrogated her about
What is Kelechi?
Kelechi, thank God.
Kelechi?
Kelechi, thank God. Chi, God. Kele, thanks. Thank you.
Amen.
Thanks. Maybe the podcast should be Kele, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Maybe we'll think about it. Titus, let's talk after.
You already did it and you just don't know.
I don't know. We have to do all the branding over again. Can we get somebody on that? The person we fired about the intro.
Get him back.
I need him to redo the branding. Okay, so astrology. I do want to know if your mom named you after a book of the Bible. You go to a church on the Lower East Side, so you do have your own faith. So how did astrology get introduced? How did you meet this person?
They're not in conflict with one another.
No, not at all. But not in my mind either.
Yeah.
But how did it get introduced to you? Because I feel like often people are like, I have this one thing, and this one thing in terms of spirituality is enough for me. I meditate, I do yoga.
Didn't God make the stars? Didn't God make the moon? They did everything. They, them.
They, them. Okay.
Fair
enough, because
if they're in you, they're in me, then are they not a they?
Yeah, sure.
It's the short answer.
Sure.
Okay.
I won't fight you on it.
No. I think that they offer so many resources to find them because they realize that we are such narrow-minded thinkers. And often we'll cut our nose off to spite our face. And so they widespread themselves. So that there's a path to something that resonates with you, that you might be illuminated and vibrate on a much higher plane. And you can walk around with that as the singular thing that it is, but if you do that, you are bound, you are destined to run into all the other ways that they are here.
Yeah. There's a book, I love Barking to the Choir by Father Gregory Boyle.
Ooh.
Do you know who that is?
I don't.
He is a priest who, I'm not Catholic, but he is a priest. I can read a book. I just think that people go, oh, so you're Catholic when I say I read this book. And I'm like, no, I'm just curious. I read all kinds of books. But he is a Catholic priest who runs the biggest gang rehabilitation program in the world in LA. And in reading that book, I remember some quote, and I'm going to bastardize it slightly, but essentially he's like, there's nothing beyond the sanctity of God, which is, and his point in the little section I was reading there was just like, we put God in boxes. We put God in boxes we can understand, and God is so much bigger. And that resonates with me also.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so yeah, to your point, they're not in conflict. How did you find your astrologist? I don't need to keep driving it home. I'm just like always so curious because I talk to a spiritual coach too.
Yeah.
But I'm like, how did I get here?
My agent
she's
has a psychic and an astrologist, and I was like, let me do this astrologist first.
Okay.
And so I gave her my middle name. I gave her the time that I was born and the location.
Okay.
And that was it.
Okay.
And she went on a tear, and I learned things about. She revealed things about myself that I had long suspected, and she, that sort of confirmed it.
Right, okay.
And now that I have put into practice some of the things that I learned that were lying dormant, I'm eager to do it again. To now that I'm coming with a different energy, it's a different time. This is also maybe the last one was a year and a half ago, so
it's time.
It's time just to see. And I'm in pursuit of I'm in pursuit of integrating the Tituss I have become back into the world. I sort of retreated for a bit. Not it has nothing to do with work.
Right.
Just being a member of society.
Right.
And I'm anxious to see how the world responds to him.
I'm hopeful.
I am too.
I'm hopeful. I really, really am. Now, you've been in this recluse mode, sort of working on things. You broke up with Pablo 4 years ago.
Yes, I'm very single.
Yes. Is that, so when you were talking about not wanting to sleep with someone in the same bed because of the energy exchange, how are you in terms of dating now in this stage you're in? Are we single intentionally? Are you curious about partnership?
I'm very curious about partnership.
Okay.
Let me start with the big thing, and then I'll tell you about a date that I had 2 nights ago.
Let's go.
All right. So, I believe that I desperately am desirous of being a wife.
You want to be a wife?
Yeah.
Have you always wanted to be a wife?
No.
When did this happen? In the years you've been working on?
In the years that I've been working on this, I realized that my insatiable desire to take care of someone. I have an insatiable desire to take care of people.
Okay.
I can't help it. And even when I walk down the street, I have to not look people in the eye because I can see into your soul. And you can too.
Yeah.
And people, you said something way earlier about people they misconstrue your, not even retreating, but holding your energy close to your person as being egotistical or flippant or standoffish, bitchy, right? And it's anything but. And so I, just in life, I'm like, oh no, because I will connect myself with you in a way that I don't have time for or wish to. But once I make the connection's made, and I have to fall through with it. Anyway, so with partnership, I feel that I'm being called to do something else by them in the world. And that calling is going to force me to not participate in such frivolity.
Okay. And by frivolity, do we mean?
I love men.
Okay.
And the door has revolved.
Yes. Okay.
In my past.
Okay.
And I just want to slow the door down.
Okay. You're spinning the block.
Yeah.
We're revisiting exes.
Yeah. I just kind of, and also it's exhausting,
Okay.
And I want the energy to be the temperature that I set, that we decide on together. And I want, more fur babies. And I want my good to not be evil spoken of, because to have to explain what you do in your private life as a celebrity, that no one's going to, they remove that past that you are a human. They immediately want to know what's going on, and I, while I can walk around and be like, oh, that's not your business, it'll get out there.
Yeah.
And so
if you don't want somebody to know something,
they're gonna make sure they figure it out.
Yeah.
And so I just want, and I don't want that for that reason, but I do realize that in my ask, there are things that I have to leave behind because you have to make room for new things, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so that's part of it. And I'm, in the words of India Arie, I'm ready for love.
I'm ready for
come
love.
on. There's something that's risen up in me that I walk around with, and I'm not searching for me as much as I was in the past. I feel found wherever I am, and I feel found enough that I'm ready to share it with whoever you are.
And you don't worry that it will deplete you.
No.
Okay.
No, because I now know, thanks to Pablo,
what
is properly being yoked, equally yoked.
I just asked a friend this on a voice note, no joke, a week ago. Go on. Literally, I said, what does equally yoked mean to you?
When you are in the presence of the other person and you are not thinking, you are not searching for your peace. It is just there. The same way God is just here. They don't need you to prove or disprove it. That love is before you and after you and right now. That is the same energy I want in God in the flesh.
Peace. I see. Okay. I get it. I hear you. Yeah. I have to know about this date.
Okay. Well, this is harkening back to Pablo giving me that book and me going, oh, I got to sleep by myself.
Okay.
So we were in bed. And it was
you and the guy on the date, or you and Pablo?
Me and the guy on the date.
Okay.
And it was great. And he's wonderful and, fine. I don't know that he's my forever person, but
do you want us to not? What if he sees this?
I don't care. He is.
No, you're your friend.
He is very mature.
Oh.
And before the date started, and we had food and we're watching TV or whatever, and I was answering a bunch of emails and stuff, and I kept apologizing because Ty, just do your life. Like, this is so embryonic. Like, and I'm in your space.
Yeah.
And if we were together, you wouldn't not be doing what you need to do. So let me see it.
Wow.
Which was
he
hot.
He can be your peace.
I know it was hot.
He can be your peace.
But I get hot in the bed.
Okay.
And
temperature-wise.
Yeah.
So cuddling, you hate it.
I love cuddling, but
the notion, but then in practicality,
like,
in real practice.
God. Yeah.
Okay.
So I got up like halfway through and I went and slept in the other room.
Tituss.
What?
Somebody's gonna want to cuddle with your hot body.
Then the room is gonna be ice cold.
What temperature do you sleep in your room?
61. And in the winter, I crack the windows.
Oh.
Sure do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah.
Okay, because I just graduated like 3 years ago to 69.
That's too hot.
Oh my gosh, who's gonna clip that? I just realized. I know. 69 degrees is the oh Lord.
Can't go back now.
No, and they can't cut it because we fired the person. Oh no, we hired them again. Okay,
yeah, we hired them again.
Okay, so they're here. They need 69 degrees is my preferred temperature. Actually, Fahrenheit, y'all. I'm talking about temperature in the bedroom, and I just graduated, and I have a hard time if it's hotter than that. But I used to be a person who was like, I need the room to be warm. Why would I ever have the air on in the winter? That was me. Why would I have the air on in the winter? Why would I have the air on in the middle of the night blowing on me? Like,
I can't think in the heat.
Oh, really?
Get away from me.
Wow. Yeah. So you like the winter? Are you excited for winter coming?
I am excited.
I get scared of winter.
Why? Tell me why.
Because
I don't like how it gets dark so soon.
That's the thing. And I'm a plant, and I genuinely need like light. And so even my apartment in New York, like I think one of the 2 criteria I had was I need natural light. Like there's an abundance of natural light, and it is not going to in any way be obstructed based on where my apartment faces. And I just like I get scared. Winter, I'm like, oh Lord, I feel very Pisces in winter though, where I'm like I'm gonna be sad because it's dark earlier. And as much as I am an introvert, I'm like love to be an introvert in the summertime. But I love watching people bounce around. You get it?
I totally get it.
I'm like, but I'm loving the energy. I'm loving watching out my window and like,
you love being alone you love being alone with everybody.
Yeah. One of the most comfortable times I've felt was being at a friend's apartment in LA. We had had a rehearsal for sketch, and we went to his apartment. And we were there was no agenda. It wasn't like we're going to your apartment because we're going to go out. We're going to your apartment. We're planning to order this. We just were in his apartment, right? I had this real moment of clarity for myself where I was like, this is really nice. There's no agenda. And I'm on my laptop because I have something to do, much like you and your emails on the date. Right. there was something that was requiring my attention on my laptop, and I was like, this feels like family. Like, I'm over here on my laptop. We don't have an agenda. There was no music playing.
Wow.
We were really just like at his apartment, and I was like, I'm on my laptop. We've spent the day together. I feel easy breezy. Everyone's doing their thing. And then my friend at one point was like, what are you doing on the computer? And it snapped me out of it, and I was like, oh, it's not as comfy. It's not as comfy as I thought. But not the friend who owned the apartment, but it was a different friend.
Yeah.
Another friend in the group. And I was like, oh, see. And I had told him, I was like, we talked about it the next day. I was like.
You and the guy who owns the apartment?
Me and the guy who goes, what are you doing? Why are you on the laptop? I was like, you kind of snapped me out of this Zen space where I was like, oh, this feels like family. Like, I don't have to be on. And, like, of course, I'm going to chime in the conversation here or there. I'm going to put the laptop away in a second. But, like,
I felt cognizant of what was happening around,
yeah.
But you also felt safe to be doing what you were doing.
I was like, yeah, I feel this is so nice. There's no expectation of me. And for me, part of, like, being at home and part of why I like being on my own a lot of the times is because I'm like, there's no expectation of me. Like, when I'm by myself, I'm like, I can be whatever I want to be.
Yeah.
And no one's now scrutinizing my every move. I still hang out with those friends. I still love them. There are people that it got very strange with. And I'm sure you experienced that, right? That it got strange with. Did you have any friends that, like, you would be like, this person loves me, but they don't like me?
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend and I were talking about that recently.
Yeah, I've had a few of those people. And for a while, I had to keep them around because the social circle, I was not going to not be in that circle for a certain amount of time based on several different factors. So to remove myself would only be able to be to complicate matters. And so sometimes I have to be the architect of peace. And to be the architect of peace doesn't always mean that there is the absence of war. And so I thought, well, I'll play along for now until I know that I can permanently remove myself from this cycle.
And you have removed yourself permanently from this cycle. You seem to have no problem getting out, removing yourself.
Oh, no, not anymore. I don't want to be anywhere I don't want to be anywhere where Tituss can't be. And if Tituss can't be there, we can't do that.
Yeah.
I just can't do it anymore. Even like. No, yeah, that's
even like
that's the end of the thought.
Even like what?
That's the end of the thought. What else you want to know?
Okay, Tituss. I thought we were about to. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I understand. You don't. Everything doesn't have to be said, and sometimes things could just are understood.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was, but. I feel like it was good. It was gonna be good. Your dad, you call him dad, biological father, sperm donor. How do you actually refer to him if you weren't here? Like, how would you refer to him in life? You don't.
I try not to. How do I refer to him to his face?
That, and then also not
I just
to his
remove the pronoun or the noun, whatever it's called, and I just be like, hey, and I get right to what I want to say.
Oh, so there's no calling him by his first name. It's not calling him dad. It's just. But so you do talk to him.
He will text me. I've asked him to leave me alone. Okay. About 5 years ago, I started having dreams about reconnecting, and I had not my current therapist, but my therapist before that said to me, Tituss. My mom had said to me, Tituss, maybe you should call him, talk to him, say what you need to say, get it off your chest, whatever. I told my therapist what my mom had suggested, and he said, Tituss, you are not going to hear what you want to hear. If you do it, just know that it has to be for you. Like, it has to be one-sided. I mean,
Great advice.
I wanted to say this, not because you are in pursuit of anything. And he was absolutely right, and I was devastated. And it took me a while to make peace with my therapist being correct and my biological father not having the capacity to own his part of how my childhood was curated. And so back in January, I texted him after he, was like, Happy New Year. And I said, you're absolutely right. It's gonna be. And I went down the litany of things that I needed to say to him. And I said, you gotta know, this is not an indictment. I'm not mad anymore. I'm not. any of those things anymore. I said, but I don't have the fervor that you have to ignite a relationship with you. I can't do that with you. And I said, you made your decision a long time ago. I said, if you need anything, I will be there. Like, no problem. I have the resources. That's not a problem. But I cannot have a relationship with you. And so,
what made the fervor that you might have had dissipate? Because there sounds like there was a time where you were maybe on the same page about trying to.
Well, it dissipated once I realized that he was only interested to atone for. He was aware his guilt was the impetus, not his genuine love for me. And I'm not going to unlock that prison for you. That's not mine. That's yours. And me, especially once I understood what was underscoring this new move, me entering into a covenant whereby I would agree to participate in this non-relationship relationship put me in prison. And I spent 40 plus years trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go back into it.
Yeah.
Nigga, get out of here.
Yeah. How did he respond?
I don't care.
You don't care? Okay.
I blocked it.
I understand.
And then I later unblocked him.
Yeah. Why'd you unblock? I do that sometimes.
Because
What made you unblock?
I said to him, if you need something, how would you get in touch with me?
That's true. You did say that's fair.
But I deleted the conversation.
Yeah.
And then I deleted it from, you have to delete twice.
Right.
And so it makes me sad for him that he can't do it for himself.
Yeah.
That he can't walk himself through his choices. I'm okay because I raised myself, the part of me that needed my dad.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
I got me here. My mom was great. She did what she could. She's not without her shit. But I've done things where I've had to go back through some extreme discomfort where I could have, at the time, responded differently to a covenant that I had agreed to, and I didn't hold up to my end of the bargain. And I will never do that to anyone, ever. It's awful. It is awful. And so, if he wants to be free, he has to free himself. I had to free myself. The end.
That's fair. Do you want kids?
Fuck no. No.
Okay.
No. There are too many parameters. There's the absence. There's too many parameters that are absent in the day-to-day and globally and on the federal level that are in place where if my kid walks out of the door, my asshole's not finna be tight when I don't know where you are. That's too much. And I see how he handled himself. Now, granted, I would like to think that I won't do that, but I can only think as far as wanting to be in a relationship and having to get up out of bed with this thing. And they say when a child is born, there's a natural, you fall in love and information is downloaded that perhaps you've never knew was there. A new portal is opened up in your body. And I've experienced that with dogs. But I think my children is art. And I think what I can leave behind that will go on after I leave here is what part of my mind I've let be recorded, whereby people can listen and revisit it should they want to. I don't deem myself some extraordinary thinker that or an extremely artist in relation to some other person. But this is what I have, and this was the truth in my however many years I will have been here when it's time to leave. And that is I can get on board with that. I can be confident in that. That I feel a paternal instinct about, and that is what rises up in me when I hear about legacy. I can't do that. I don't think it's safe for me to do that in the human form.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I understand, and I appreciate that. And now it's time for a segment called "That's Nice, but What About Me?"
Come on. It's so stupid.
It is stupid.
I love it.
It's fucking dumb. Okay, Tituss, you get it. You're busy with acting, entertainment, projects on projects. How do I carve out time for myself? What is your methodology? Do you have 2 phones? Do you schedule a vacation every year well in advance? Like, what do you do so that you don't experience burnout? What should I do so I don't experience burnout?
What are you, February Pisces or March Pisces?
March Pisces. Okay. Are you February? Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's where the split begins.
Yeah. You're just gonna have to. Okay, the same way you are the face of your art, the same way that you are the face of your chosen family. Like, you have to act on behalf of that. You also have to act on behalf of your peace. And these 3 things, while the currency is different in these planes, one is money, one is a type of love, and then one is self-care. They are all, the pendulum swings in terms of how much weight they carry. And you have to, even if it's a big money grab or the family really needs you, if you ain't got nothing, or if you're not taking care of this one thing, you have offered energy into these other 2 things that is murky and muddy and not as transparent as it would be were you to take care of your health. So you just have to put out some hard no's and know that once I take care of this and I'm in the right space, I will regenerate these other 2 things. It just is how it is.
Yeah.
So just fucking say no.
Okay.
Just say no.
No.
Yeah.
And that's a complete sentence.
That is a complete sentence.
Yeah. Okay. I really appreciate it. This podcast isn't just about you, and it's not just about me. We also help a listener. Okay. So we have a listener who needs advice. Kevin, you can play that.
Is it real life?
It's real life. This is a real listener.
All right, cool.
Hey, I don't know if you're going to listen to this, but I was wondering if you had advice for making friends in the city during college. Also, love you guys so much. Thank you.
Sweetie.
Bye.
Making friends. So she goes to college in New York?
It sounds like it, yes. What would you tell her?
You got time to go out of your classes and have a social circle that are people who don't, who are not in your. What you trying to do?
Well, she's not on the line.
That's okay, but I'm trying to. I don't know.
Okay.
What do you think she's trying to do?
She's trying to make friends.
She said it, didn't
she? She said. The answer was in the prompt.
Yeah.
She's trying to make friends.
I mean, I guess. Well, you can't. How old are you? I would tell
college
you to go to a
age,
bar.
18 to 22. 18 to 20. Presumably not 22, given it's sounding like college is relatively new to this listener.
I think social. I think you're gonna do it anyways. You're gonna be social. That's the thing. Like, you know, when we're in college, you want so desperately to not be in school. Mm-hmm. You know, you want to go out and party and play and do all the things. So, I mean, wear tight clothes and like show your boobies and like
Tituss.
Okay.
Tituss.
I'm just kidding.
This is why Tituss can't be a dad. You know what? We've decided today.
I don't know. What do you think?
What do I? You say, I'm gonna lob it to you because I'm gonna lead this young soul astray.
I don't know.
I mean, make friends. What are your interests? Lean into those interests.
Yeah.
You'll meet like-minded people that way, and that's a good barometer for whether you would be friends naturally
Tremendous.
or not.
Yeah.
You like that. You're like, yeah, you take it away.
You take it away.
Between the two of us, we
We'll
could raise a child.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I think so.
Okay. Tituss, I really appreciate you sharing yourself with me today. I really, really, really appreciate it. I know you would not be here if you didn't want to, so I'm honored you're here.
You're right.
And I appreciate your vulnerability.
Of course.
And I hope you felt me hold that.
Yes.
I adore you. Thank you. Thank you.
This is lovely.
Yeah. And that was my episode with Tituss Burgess. I think we delivered. We delivered a product, and you might have opinions about that product, but keep them to yourself. No, don't. Actually, if you like the podcast, I hope you subscribed, and I hope you've left a nice review. That would be nice. Why not? No one told me to ask you that, but I just thought that would be really nice. That'd be very sweet, and I would appreciate it. Anyway, Tituss, how fun is he? We got a lot of tea, a lot of juice, and honestly, we're chock full of beverages, and I have to pee. That was like a dad joke. That was a dad joke. Oh boy, I have to go back to comedy school. If you want advice from me and Tituss in the future, not me and Tituss, me and my guest, Tituss may be back. I don't know if he'll be back. I don't know if he'll want to come back. I haven't repeated any guests yet. Everyone's again just like dad of the day for me. But if you want advice from me and my next guest or another guest, call me, leave a voice message. The number is 502-849-3237. 502-849-3237. 502 thanks dads. Anyway, I just wanted to see if you were paying attention. Call, leave a voice message. I love you so much. I don't think you get how much I love you, and it's really fucking me up right now. I'll see you guys next time. Please come back. I love you. No, I seriously love you. And you don't have to love me too. You don't have to say it back. There's no pressure to say it back, but I love you. Bye. Thanks Dad is a production of Will Ferrell's Big Money Players and iHeart podcast. I'm your host, Nwodim. Our producer is Kevin Bartelt, and our executive producer is Matt Apodaca.